What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday. Happy Catter Day, even. Look at this cat. I'm sure he's making lots of little boingy spraying noises, or however the sound of him rubbing on the mic arm goes, but that's the cat. I know, Momo. Gosh, I had the audacity to try to start stream early. How dare I? Alright. Hey, 21 Snakes! Hope you're having a good weekend. No worries. Do what you gotta do. Just petting this cat here for a hot minute here. Alright. Let me switch screens now. I think that's good enough. Hey, there we go. Alrighty. Let me adjust the lighting here a little bit. Brighten things up just a tad. And let me put the cat cam here because the cat's still here. There we go. Good enough, right? Alright. Welcome back to the stream, everyone. Hope y'all are having a great weekend. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope you guys had a great week thus far. Yeah, welcome back, y'all. Alright, so we'll go over a little housekeeping first, what the plan is for today. So, today we are, obviously we're continuing Ace Attorney. That is what we do on Saturdays here. But, yes, I know, Momo. I know. We're just gonna be aiming to finish Case 2, which I think is just a trial left. It seems like. I can't imagine there's another day of investigation this early on. So hopefully we'll be able to finish that today. And then we are not going to start the next case afterwards because there will be a 2-week break after this. I will be busy for the next 2 weekends. So next weekend, or starting tomorrow actually, is this online event that I like. It's also in person, but I watch it online, called Summer Games Done Quick. It is a video game speed running event. It's a lot of fun, very cool. I enjoy watching it. I usually don't stream during it at all, but I will probably still do the Thursday stream. So no stream on Monday because I was going to take a break in between MSQ and starting up challenge stuff on 14 anyway. But we will do a Thursday stream. I've decided. I looked at the schedule and was like, I could do Thursday. But next Saturday is a major day in GDQ, which I really enjoy watching the last day, so we're gonna definitely be... You can catch me over there. I will be in chat watching. So there won't be an Ace Attorney stream. And then the weekend after, I will just not be home at all that entire weekend again, so there will be a 2-week break after this week for Ace Attorney streams. And then the following weekend after that, then we shall resume. And I don't believe I have any plans currently for the foreseeable future after that, so we should be good. We'll be in good shape to just kind of keep going on through the game, I think. So, yep, that's the plan. That's why, however long it takes to finish Case 2, I think, is what the plan is today. It might be a short stream. It might be a normal size stream because, surprisingly, the chapters in this case have been pretty long, you know? So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how long it goes. Alright, let me just put a pause on that. And let's get into it. Try to get this cat hair out of my face because I just felt some cat hair land on my face. Give me 1 second. Enjoy the cat for a sec. Let me do that, and then... I don't know if you've ever had cat hair fly into your face, but it just feels weird. Anyway. It is trial day 2, so let's do it, huh? Wow, I can't believe it's only day 2 of the trial. This chapter has just felt so long. I hope I remember how to do Blackwell's voice. I meant to spend a few minutes skimming through the VoD so I could try to remember how I was doing voices last week, but it's fine. We'll just wing it like usual. It's all good. It's all good. Alright, let me move that over there so it's safe. Alright, here goes nothing. April 19th, 9:30 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 4. Court is now in session. All rise for the Honorable Judge. Court is back in session for the trial of Damien Tenma. Apollo Justice, defense team leader, is ready, Your Honor. Athena Sykes, assistant defender, is ready too, Your Honor. Je suis prêt. As chipper as ever, I see, and in French, no less. And the prosecution? Blackquill? Very well, then. By the way, I asked Detective Fulbright to provide sturdier shackles today. There'll be no more of your funny business this time, Prosecutor Blackquill. Now, your opening statement, if you would. I believe it's standard procedure for the prosecution to handle it. Looks like the judge is really bringing it today. He probably realized how Blackquill played him. That was one mean game of Simon Says. Yeah, His Honor has to fight to defend his honor today. Your baldness. It's plain to see that you've always dreamed of delivering an epic opening statement. I have? I don't know if I'd say that. Why, of course you have. Saw it in your eyes the last time you gave the opening statement. That was the look of one who yearns deeply for the thrill of an epic opening statement. For decades now, you've been watching opening statements from your bench. They were the crown jewels of the court, the one thing you could not possess. The crown jewels of the court? Now, at long last, they are within your grasp. How could you possibly refuse? He's manipulating the shit out of this poor judge. Oh, so you don't mind if I do it, then? I'll make an exception. I'll make a special exception. Just this once. Here we go again. Yeah, more Blackwell's mind game. Sorry, I have to, like, adjust. One sec. There we go. Comfy headset. Yeah, more Blackwell's mind games. Well, in that case, I think I might go ahead and make the opening statement myself. In yesterday's session, we learned the shocking truth that the victim, Alderman Rex Cuby, was the Amazing Ninetails. We also learned that the Amazing Ninetails was a key figure in the yokai craze and anti-merger protests. It was further revealed that upon learning Rex Cuby's secret identity, Mayor Damien Tenma murdered him. Hey, we didn't prove that yet. That's what we're here to talk about. The fact that the crime took place in a tightly locked room was also brought to light. And the only people in that tightly locked room were the defendant and victim. The defense proposed the existence of a hypothetical third party, but further investigation revealed no proof of a third party who had escaped the room. Ergo, we must conclude that the evidence against the defendant is, well, conclusive. Eek! Did I say something wrong? That was quite astonishing. You've truly outdone yourself this time. One more thing to boast about to my grandchild. Well, this was not an unexpected turn of events. Now then, it seems that the prosecution has called a new witness to testify. The inexplicable yokai evidence left at the scene of the crime. Well, does that not demand some sort of explanation? The feathers and tracks? Weren't those left by the mayor while he was possessed? That was but an act to protect his daughter. Oh! Yes, of course. I had suspected as much. Wait. Did he actually believe the mayor's award-winning performance? His daughter was the one who planted the yokai evidence. Ergo, the true identity of the yokai in the manor was the mayor's maid, Jinxie Tenma. Objection! The prosecution is engaging in mere conjecture! Would you care for some witness testimony, then? For I am ready to prove that the little scamp is the one behind the Tenma farce. Oh, right. I remember how he sounds now. He likes to enunciate, like, every letter. I remember now. It just took me a second. Witness testimony? I'll bet he means Filch and that creep LaBelle. Very well, then. Bailiff, would you bring in the first witness? Mr. Filch, you made quite the hasty exit yesterday. See that it doesn't happen again today.
Been known for my hasty retreat since I was a kid. Bit of a trademark of mine.
Indeed. You managed to give a total of 5 bailiffs the slip.
Like those amateurs could ever nab me. Yipes!
Perhaps we should shackle you by the neck. That would keep you in place.
Yipes! No, please. I'm liable to rip my own head off if I start running.
Your statement, now.
Yes, sir. Mr. Blackhead, sir.
He may beat a hasty retreat, but there's no escaping Prosecutor Blackwell. Yeah, Blackwell doesn't strike me as the give-up-easy type. Now then, Mr. Filch, your testimony, please. As the sun sets, I have to do further lighting adjustments. There we go. Specifically, the true nature of the yokai you saw in the manor shortly after the crime.
The yokai is Jinxie! Tanmatato's really that little maid girl. Ain't no doubt about it. I mean, the Tanmatato I saw was just a little thing about her size. But the little Wright had a big old staff. Seen it when she came into the foyer. Bet she stole it from the Forbidden Chamber after stumbling on the crime scene. She was gonna use it to wallop me on account of my fierce reputation. I just know it.
So, Tenma was short in stature. Hold on, I gotta look at my evidence real quick. Recently dropped Forbidden Chamber. Je suis la belle. Only one of its kind. Only one key to the Forbidden Chamber. And the mayor swallowed it from the killer, so how would she have gotten in? When she stumbled upon the crime scene. That's ridiculous. And this proves that it's possible to get in there. To break in. Okay. Oh shit. Whoopsies. There we go. Sorry, my bad. And that's because it was Miss Jinxie Tenma all along.
You betcha. Besides, all the rest in the manor were way taller than her.
What about you? You're kind of short. Feigning height is but an easy thing. But a big ox like the defendant could never pass for short. What if the Tenmataro impersonator was walking on their knees?
Wait, no knee walking. I seen it myself.
And perhaps that yokai really was Miss Tenma after all. All monsters are naught but tricks, either of the mind or the cheap parlor variety. So, you're saying she created an illusion like one of those magical eye things? Pfft. Judge, precisely. Human senses are easily deceived. Take the fellow in the cell next to me. Each night, he cries and screams about some ghost he thinks he sees. But, in truth, it was simply the janitor. Ho ho ho! Prosecutor Blackwell just gave up the ghost, literally! The janitor's deathly complexion and all-white attire are, no doubt, partially to blame. That and the fact that he constantly mutters about taking vengeance for this or that. That janitor needs a vacation, I think? Maybe some therapy? You need to talk about something, buddy? That actually sounds like a real ghost to me. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Alright, here we go. Press everything. It's the little maid gal, he tells ya. Mr. Filch, you and Mr. LaBelle mentioned something about a practice yesterday. Do you deny this so-called lesson was about what you were supposed to say in court?
No, you got it all wrong.
Do I now? Then could you tell the court exactly what sort of lesson it was?
Oh, it was, what was it again? Yipes! Ah, now I remember. Math. You know, nubs and stuff.
He's completely under Blackwell's control, too.
Anyway, that Tenmataro was that little maid gal, so what's the difference?
The Tenmataro he says he saw was quite small, but we know he's full of shit. I take it you got a good look at how tall the Tenmataro impersonator was?
You betcha! I got a habit of sizing people up. I can even give you a primer on how to pull it off. All under the table, natch. I got a knack for figuring out where people's pockets are and how much money they have. I size them up real good before— Hey, I didn't get to finish reading that. I size them up real good before I relieve them of their valuables.
He just admitted to being a pickpocket right here in court. Does the witness hold that this Tenmataro entered the foyer?
Darn right I do. She had a big ol' staff.
Well, you're not gonna brush it all off by claiming the perp was short.
Must have hit a raw nerve because you ain't all that tall yourself.
Look who's talking, Mr. I've gotta stand on a box just to testify. It's a crate of oranges. Anyway, Mr. Filch, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you say the Tenmataro you saw had a staff?
Cross my heart, hope to die. I know, because it went a jingle and a jangle.
And where do you suppose that staff came from?
The staff, you say? Well,
stole it from the Forbidden Chamber. After stumbling on the crime scene, which we know is bullshit. I suppose you mean to say that Jinxie Tenma entered the Forbidden Chamber to get one.
Well, I ain't never seen stuff like that in the manor. So it had to be the Forbidden Chamber.
Oh, really? The stench of LaBelle is thick in the air today.
Jinxie entered the Forbidden Chamber after the incident. Then she took the staff and tried to cover up her actions by pretending to be Tenmataro? I guess that's what Filch is trying to say.
Oh, sorry. I guess that's what Phil just trying to say? Could Jinxie have entered the Forbidden Chamber if she wanted to? No. There is one thing I was wondering about. Why did that yokai have a staff in the first place?
Well, I've got my hunches about that. She's gonna use it to wallop him.
Wallop you? Why would the so-called yokai want to do that?
That little maid girl never did like me. She always hightails it when I come round, or she sticks these weird papers on my noggin.
'Cause you're clearly a tanuki. She probably thinks of him as the dreaded tanuki monster of TB Manor or something.
We need to prove that Jinxie isn't Tenmataro, but I have no idea how we're gonna do that.
All we have to prove is that it was impossible for Jinxie to turn into Tenmataro. And that might be easier than you think.
Really?
Now's our chance. Our chance to expose the real Tenmataro for all to see. Stole from Vindicator after stumbling on the crime scene, which we know is impossible because this key was swallowed by the mayor. Ready? Objection! It would seem that Tenmataro was, in fact, not this innocent little girl.
Huh? How you figure that?
You claim the Tenmataro you saw had one of those staves from the Forbidden Chamber. But it would have been impossible for Miss Tenma to get a hold of one. Care to elaborate, Mr. Justice? The mayor swallowed this key shortly after the murder. He wanted to keep the killer out of the Forbidden Chamber. What's this? This key was deep in the mayor's stomach when Miss Tenma discovered the crime scene. So you see, it would have been impossible for her to get into the Forbidden Chamber. In short, the Tenmataro seen holding that staff could not have been Jinxie Tenma.
Ugh! Yeah!
What? Oh no, who could have seen this coming? But... And who does the defense believe was impersonating Tenmataro? Our Tenmataro impersonator is none other than Mayor Tenma's Such accusations beg evidence. Aside from his ghastly appearance, can you prove he is the yokai we seek? Oh, we said aid. We were gonna say aid. Yes, in fact, I can. Very well, let's see where the defense is going with this. Mr. Justice, please show us proof as to the true identity of the Tenmataro impersonator. An item that was recently dropped in the Forbidden Chamber. It bears the Je suis le bel logo. Take that! We found this hand cream in the Forbidden Chamber. And we know that whoever was Tenmataro took one of the staves out of there. In short, I believe whoever this hand cream belongs to is the yokai impersonator we're looking for. But, Mr. Justice, how do you propose to identify the hand cream's owner? Pretty easy. I'm glad you asked, Your Honor. The defense requests a fingerprint analysis on this piece of evidence. It might tell us who it belongs to. Interesting. So you expect to find the yokai's prints there? No, but Balabut does, so we'll see. Very well, hereby call a short recess while we wait for the fingerprint results. No need for that, your boldness. We have the prints of everyone at the manor that day. You called Prosecutor Blackquill! Can anyone be more whipped? Gumshoe, actually. Fool Wright, analyze this for prints. You have 3 minutes. Your wish is my command. Very well then, I guess we'll just wait right here. It would seem that the fingerprint analysis is complete. What do the results show? What in the world? They're Florent LaBelle's prints, aren't they? This is absurd. Prosecutor Blackwell? I'm not gonna like this, am I? Don't tell me. They're Ted Motaro's prints? Judge. Bird. Bird? Bird? Not real. Birds aren't real. Fingerprint analysis has revealed that the prints belong to Phineas Filch. Oh! What?
Objection!
Hold on. Wait! What? What?
Then, Mr. LaBelle wasn't the one who entered the chamber?
Objection!
Why, you tricksy little tanuki? Explain yourself now.
Sure, them prints are mine. I mean, I did pilfer that hand cream from Mr. LaBelle, after all.
So you're the one who entered the Forbidden Chamber?
So what if I did? You got a problem with that? Yipes!
You fool of a tanuki. Order! Order! Mr. Justice, care to explain what this could mean? Excellent question. The fact that Mr. Filch was in the Forbidden Chamber... Wait a second. Does this mean the Tenma holding that staff was Phineas Filch?
Yipes! Now the cat out of the bag!
Mr. Filch is Tenma? What are you two up to? You and the other one, what are you up to? What the fuck? I don't understand. Does this mean Mr. Filch is the real killer? The witness will explain himself this instant.
Begging your pardon, your Honorship, but I was just doing what the alderman told me. He wanted me to be the Tenma in the village exorcism ritual.
Oh, you mean that event at the Ninetails Vale Festival? So that was you inside the Tenma costume?
Yep, and after the event, I went to watch that pro wrestling program. But it bored me to tears on account of the wrestlers being complete jobbers.
So he didn't actually watch the entire wrestling match.
That's when I looked at the Tenma costume and got a great idea. Nobody can tell it's me while I'm wearing it. And because of them superstitions, no matter what I do, the villagers won't say a word.
In other words, you use the superstitions to effectively render yourself invisible. Why did you want to enter the Forbidden Chamber in the first place?
Because of the treasure there. Thought that was my big chance to sneak on in and nab it.
Treasure?
Only that it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it. Said there's an amazing treasure in there.
He went in there not knowing his grandfather had already pilfered it.
Guess that's one tale that didn't get passed down from grandpappy to grandson.
Wait. How exactly did you get into the Forbidden Chamber? There was a meeting in the Fox Chamber that day. Plus, the mayor swallowed the only key that could open the Forbidden Chamber's door. we gotten in? Vent. He went in the vent.
Cut through the air vent in the foyer. The vent's left of the alderman's picture. I went on in and made a nice little hole. Used that to get into the air duct that leads to the forbidden chamber, I did.
You what? You what?
But how's that even possible? Wait a sec. Remember that air vent in the forbidden chamber? So Mr. Filch found a way to get into that air duct? And that's how he got in from the foyer vent to the forbidden chamber vent?
So Tenmatata was nothing more than a cat burglar, or rather, a tanuki burglar. And we're back to being without anyone to charge for the alderman's murder.
Looks like our so-called yokai is nothing more than one big troublemaker.
Tell me, Mr. Filch, what did you do after fleeing to the foyer?
I got out of that costume right quick. Would have just caused trouble at that point.
And where is that costume now?
Heck if I know, and it ain't my fault if you never find it.
The police searched every nook and cranny. No yokai costume was left in that manor. Yeah, because they probably threw it out the window, and that's why it was flying around after the murder time. What if it was tossed outside the manor?
Ah.
No way! Who could have seen this coming? Definitely not us for the last, 2 sessions. No, but maybe, just maybe. The defense seems to have hit upon an idea. Well, go on, Mr. Justice. Okay, here's what I think. Mr. Filch, did you get rid of the costume here? Out the window, over the cliff. Did you toss it out the window? Because that would certainly explain why it didn't turn up inside the manor.
You think I tossed it out the window? That costume cost me a pretty penny. So why would I go and do something like that?
I can think of a few reasons.
Any bright ideas, Apollo?
Well, assuming the costume really was tossed out from the window, then the next question would be, what happened to it after that? And if I'm right, I might have just the thing to prove what happened to the costume. Phineas Filch, I have just the evidence for you.
You do?
This evidence proves you got rid of your Tenmatata costume through the window. Tabloid paper.
That's... Tenmatata flying through the sky?
And just how does that prove Mr. Filch threw this costume out the window? It's quite simple, actually. That's not Tenmatata in the photo. It's the costume Mr. Filch threw out.
Huh, that's crazy talk. You ain't serious, are ya?
Yep, you got gifted a sub. Enjoy those emotes. There's a steep cliff right outside the foyer window, meaning the manor is pretty high up. The costume flew through the air after it was tossed out. That's when the photo was taken. In other words, the photo of Tenmatata really was a flight of fancy. What?
Yikes!
Oh my, so there really never was a yokai.
Oh, I can't keep any of them cats bagged. Can I still file a claim for the lost costume?
No, you can't. This more than proves the defense's position. Jinxie Tenma had nothing to do with the staging the yokai sighting. Care to raise any objections, Prosecutor Blackwell? None whatsoever. I'll deal with that tricksy Tanuki after I've dealt with this case. He's fearing for his life. We did it.
Good going. Now all we have to do is make Florent LaBelle take the stand.
Objection.
What? What now? Sheathing the sword a bit early, are we not? Huh? Nothing has been proven beyond a doubt. Take this tricksy little tanuki, for instance. How do you suppose he was able to exit the Forbidden Chamber? Probably the same way he got it, no, through the chamber's air vent. No, but because then the prince wouldn't be there inside the room. And what of the feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime? They would suggest that the tanuki exited through the chamber door, not the air vent.
Objection.
But the Forbidden Chamber doesn't open from the inside. So what you're saying makes no sense. Right? Right? Someone on the outside opened the door for you, isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Blackjack. The door suddenly sprung wide open.
Hold it.
Sprung right open? Who was on the other side?
Didn't get a good look on account of the sudden glare.
Like how the reflection from my head blinds fellow moviegoers emerging from the dark. What? The reflection from his head blinds people who are coming out of the movie theater. That's quite the shiny head.
That's when I snatched that staff and made my daring escape. Then that little maid gal spotted me as I hightailed it down the hall. That means the Forbidden Chamber wasn't open until after the crime was discovered. How?
But wait. We still don't know who opened it. Maybe there really was a third person in the Fox Chamber.
Objection.
Well, you little tanuki. When the Forbidden Chamber opened, did you see the accused passed out there?
Nope. Only one there was the alderman, and he was dead as a doornail. Ah, shit.
If the accused wasn't there, what do you suppose he was up to? Shit. Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going. Ah, don't tell me! Plainly, the only one who could have opened the Forbidden Chamber was the accused Damien Tenma. Ah!
Shit. Wait a second. There had to be somebody else besides Mayor Tenma there.
Really? And who might that be?
Oh, well, that would be...
Objection.
It seems our feisty little lass has forgotten the most important thing. Evidence.
I didn't forget. I was just testing your attention to the details?
Miss Sykes, you can't prove your point without proof of some sort. It's a proven fact. I mean, you guys kind of do that shit to us all the time.
Sorry, I guess I put my foot in my mouth again.
No, Athena, we're definitely onto something here.
We are?
Think about it. If Mr. Filch was stuck inside the Forbidden Chamber, one of the alibis we heard would no longer hold any water. The defense would like to call a new witness to the stand. Someone who knew Mr. Filch was stuck in the Forbidden Chamber. And by virtue of knowing this, has an alibi that no longer adds up. Ha, not that insufferable. Very well, the court will hear what Mr. Justice has to say. Whose alibi no longer adds up? This dude. Because he was supposedly in the foyer, but now we know Mr. Filch was not there. So who's there to back him up? We don't know.
Take that!
Why, that's the defendant's aide, Florent LaBelle. Didn't he claim to be in the foyer at the time of the crime? Yeah, he did. True, but in his alibi, he also claimed Mr. Filch was in the foyer too. However, as we all know now, Mr. Filch was not there with Mr. LaBelle at that time. So, what the hell was LaBelle doing? In short, Mr. LaBelle's alibi has disappeared. Ugh. Florent LaBelle's alibi was one big lie. Isn't that right, Mr. Filch?
I reckon there ain't no keeping that cat in the bag here neither. It was all Mr. LaBelle's idea. He told me he'd button his lip about me breaking the forbidden chamber. And in return, he said we'd vouch for each other's alibi.
Shame on you, Mr. Filch. Perjury is a serious crime, you know.
Aw, shucks. Mercy, Your Honorship, mercy. Ah!
Why did we let him have a falcon again? I also assert that the person who opened the forbidden chamber for Mr. Filch was none other than Florent LaBelle. Perjury is a serious crime, yeah, right? Yeah, because people lie all the freaking time in this game, so, you know, clearly it's not that serious for them to never bring it up. After all, his alibi is just proven to be a complete fabrication. I see. We will take a 20-minute recess, after which time we will see what Mr. LaBelle has to say for himself. Yes! We're finally gonna drag that slippery snake onto the stand. In the meantime, the prosecution will question Mr. LaBelle about these new allegations. Taka's still the best character? True. April 19th, 10:25 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3.
We did it, Apollo! We finally dragged Mr. LaBelle into court!
Yeah.
Hey, why the long face?
I can't help but feel like I'm missing something important. Plus, Prosecutor Blackhole's bound to mount a counterattack.
You really are a worrywart, aren't you? It'll be fine. That mystery figure who opened the forbidden chamber for Mr. Filch had to have been Florent LaBelle.
I know, but that's not what's bugging me. I wish I could put my finger on it, though. Where did he get the key? Oh, because they're both passed out. There's something... Yeah, I don't know. I can't quite put my finger on it either.
At any rate, the big showdown with Mr. LaBelle is up next, so chin up, Apollo.
April 19th, 11 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 4. It's green now. Court is back in session. Our next witness is... Yes, I'm acting on behalf of the mayor in this very important matter. It seems the witness is predisposed at the moment. Surely you jest. I will hold you to your promise. Remember that. Oh, my deepest apologies. This is Florent LaBelle, personal aide to Mayor Tenma. Or should I say, the accused. Ouch, like the poor mayor hasn't suffered enough. Well, what business do you have with me? I'm a very busy man, so let's make this as brief as possible. Your baldness. Ah, right. Mr. Filch's testimony has revealed a hole in your alibi. And for this reason, you are suspected of having some sort of connection with the case at hand. To think I'd be accused of this entirely lurid affair. Well, I'm not, so may I go now? I have very important matters to attend to.
Objection!
Yeah, I object to that too. I don't think so, Mr. LaBelle. Do you realize what a serious crime you've committed? Witness, you are being accused of perjury. This is your chance to clear the air. Fine. The truth is I faked my alibi for a very good reason. The mayor was obviously the killer, so I created a fake alibi to confuse the matter. You see, as his personal aide, I felt I had to protect him. Sorry! You think this is funny? Also bullshit, because that didn't help him at all. That's your alibi, you're a suspect too. Wait, what were you really doing at the time of the crime? Peasant, how dare you accuse me of the beautiful— Crap, I didn't finish reading that. Hey Neoneko, thanks for the lurk. One of the beautiful people of being— And then Athena's objection.
Stop stalling and tell the court what you were really doing at the time of the crime.
Silence!
Okay. Enough jabbering. Swords have been drawn. The time for talk is past. Swords? What swords? You crazy samurai-obsessed dude? This duel is to the death. The fate of the accused rests in our hands. Begone, ye of cowardly heart! The battlefield hath no place for ye. Again! Hold on. They went too fast! He went, oh my! And then the judge said... I said again, and then oh my, and then spare me, please! There we go. So much for sturdier shackles. Oh, he broke it, didn't he?
He broke it again! Ah!
Fulbright, why? Those chains hindered my vow that heads would roll this day. This gives keeping your head on in court a whole new meaning. Whole new meaning. Will the witness please deliver the accused death knell? You know of what I speak. The Japanese version of the game Black Quill says is... Oh, he says shut up instead of silence. You know what? That's very on point for his character. Very on point. Most certainly. His goose is already cooked. Time to stick a fork in him. Whatever he has to say can't be good. As I told Prosecutor Blackquill during the recess, I rushed right over to see the fox chamber when I heard little Jinxie scream.
What?
Then, drumroll please, I saw Mayor Tenma opening the forbidden chamber doors.
But...
There you have it. The mystery man who opened the chamber door, as witnessed by one Phineas Finch. It was the accused. There was never any third party. Oh, and that's not all. I heard something quite startling there at the scene of the crime. Oh, startling sounds bad. The mayor, who's barely conscious, muttered this. Forgive me, Jinxie, I killed the alderman. You're full of shit! That's right, the mayor actually confessed to the murder right then and there. He confessed? We already know this guy's a liar, we can't take him at his word! Order! Order in the court! This is quite conclusive testimony if it stands. Just so, and quite astonishing, I might add. I only learned of this fact during the recess. I just love surprises, don't you? That's why I save the best for last. Consider it a gift from me to you.
No way! I don't believe Mr. LaBelle heard the mayor confess.
Yeah, nobody believes that. But is this really true? Did Mayor Tenma really confess? Nope. It is indeed. Ah, shit. During the last recess, I confirmed it with the mayor's daughter. Ah, fuck. It would seem Mayor Tenma actually did confess.
Shit!
That testimony is quite favorable to the prosecutions. This is LaBelle. Yes, I called earlier about the party reservations. That's right, and I'll be calling my little shindig Mayor Tenma's Conviction Gala. A splendid time is guaranteed for all. All but the mayor and his defense. Well, as it seems our witness is a very busy man, let's get right to his testimony. Mr. LaBelle, please tell us what you saw when you came upon the scene of the crime.
Shit.
What LaBelle saw. Alright. I was in the hallway, hiding in the shadows. That's when I heard the confession. I believe you were probably behind the folding screen or something, but okay, we'll go with this for now. Upon learning of her father's crime, little Jinxie fled without ever noticing me. Immediately after that, the mayor stood up and opened the forbidden chamber. As I ran in terror, the demon emerged from his prison. In shock, I fled down the hallway to my right, to the one with the phone at the end, but that's where Jinxie was. You saying Jinxie was not where she... No, but she's definitely the one who called into the police, because they would know. Right? So, fucking liar. I must say, this is a shocking revelation. Quite unexpected. Do I have any evidence to support this? Showing scene of the crime, including the office used by caretaker Filch. The camera would have seen Jinxie if she fled outside of the manor. After leaving the scene and calling the police, they passed each other at a bend in the hallways that made for the foyer. I'm sure that's gonna come up and be the best way to prove something here. Okay. Alright, I've refreshed my memory. Let's go. Quite unexpected. To think the defendant actually confessed then and there to his crime. Perhaps the guilt was too much to bear, so he confided in his daughter. You do realize you should not have withheld such crucial testimony from the court. Once again, sorry. It's just I feared being accused if I mentioned coming upon the most unpleasant scene. Ugh. Why did the mayor's confession have to be brought up by this guy? We better do something before the judge declares the mayor guilty. As a death row inmate once told me in years gone by, there's a time to fight, and a time to yield, a time to live, and a time to die. Ugh. He's laying it on real thick now. Defense may now cross-examine the witness. 1, 2. How many times we're gonna have to cross-examine this dude, do we think? It's gonna be fun. I'm ready. He was hiding in the hallway, he says. You claim that the mayor confessed to his daughter. Are you sure about that? Peasant. You wouldn't dare ask such a question if you truly understood. True beauty is never wrong. It's not? No, beauty is carved deep into the DNA. That means I'm programmed to always be right, even when I'm wrong. I'm not following. These exquisite ears like flowers abloom. These eyes that shine like pearls. This hair like the finest silk. Nothing can corrupt the truth they hold. Do we think his freakout is gonna be like his hair falling out or like all the color like coming out of it or something? That'll be fun. Right. The witness will hurry up and explain the truth of his. Specifically, what did Jinxie Tenma do upon hearing the confession? She ran away, he says. He says she ran. How did Miss Tenma appear to you? Oh, the poor little thing seemed positively heartbroken. All teary-eyed and whatnot. I couldn't help but shed a few tears myself after seeing her like that. He actually sympathized with Jinxie? Seems like an overly human emotion for him. Yeah, because he's the only real monster we've seen so far. In looks and in character. The next thing I did was check my face in the mirror. Checked your face? Why? To behold the beauty that is my sadness. Why else? Apollo, I'm starting to lose all faith in humanity. I know the feeling, but hang in there. At least keep your faith in our client. Let's keep this moving, shall we? So, what happened next? Mayor came to and opened the forbidden chamber door. He opened the forbidden chamber? But why would he do that? Who knows? Maybe he wanted to free the demon, Tenma.
Objection!
The courtroom is no place for your fairy tales. Remember, you are under oath. Which means nothing to a scumbag like him. Hello, the Mel speaking. Yes, I will certainly explore the matter. Toodles. Now, where were we again? You were gonna tell us the real reason why the mayor opened the forbidden chamber? Oh, yes, of course. Hello, this is the bell. Good one, sir. You're on an absolute riot. Okay, bye. You were saying? Never mind. This is a waste of time. He's just gonna tell more lies. The witness will focus on his testimony, not his phone calls. Now, tell the court what you did after you saw the mayor open the forbidden chamber. Well, after that... He ran in terror, he says. Terror! I would like to see him in terror. What was Mr. Filch like at the time? He was shouting, I can't see! I can't see! It's the curse of Tenma. And then he took off running like a madman. He must have been blinded by the sudden light flooding in. Wrong. What? He set eyes upon me, and was thus blinded by my radiant beauty. You probably fucking sprayed him with one of your stupid perfume things so he couldn't see. So it was the curse of Florent LaBelle rather than Tenma. Yeah. Yes, I'm afraid such beauty can be a curse. It's almost criminal. You're a criminal. The only thing criminal here is your ceaseless jabbering. Now, get on with your testimony. Oh, forgive me, your darkness. Let's see. Oh yes, I fled for dear life from Tenma and... Alright, this is where we nail him. Fled down the hallway to his right, the one with the phone. That's where Jinxie's supposed to be, though, because she made the phone call. So after you fled into the hallway with the phone at the end, Tenma ran off towards the foyer? Precisely. Notice any inconsistencies, Apollo? Well, Jinxie also saw Tenma, right? She did. She said they passed each other in the hall after she made the call to the police. Well, if LaBelle had fled down the hall where that phone is, Jinxie would have seen him when she was returning from making her call. Oh, right. And if she saw him, she would have definitely asked him for help. Right. Just doesn't make any sense. Time to review the evidence. If we don't find some way to poke a hole in his testimony, Mayor Tenma's as good as guilty. This is bad. Very bad. Not really. We're good. We're fine. We need to find an inconsistency, a mistake, some kind of conflict. It's all over if we can't find a flaw in the prosecution's case. Alright. He's saying he went that way, but that can't be true because that is where Jinxie was. Is it the statement or the map? It's gonna be one of these two. I'm kind of leaning towards the statement. We'll try the statement first, and if that's not it, we'll do the map. Alright, ready? Objection! Sorry, objection! I need to drink my tea real quick. Florent LaBelle, you're lying about having witnessed these events from the hallway. What on earth do you mean? Yes, care to fill the rest of us in, Mr. Justice? If Mr. LaBelle had really fled down into the hall with a phone in it, he would have crossed paths with Miss Tenma. What's this? After she discovered the crime scene, she immediately went to call the police. Then, after making her call, she went back to the main hallway. Whereupon she encountered the demon, yokai, or whatever you want to call it. As for me, I call it Phineas Filch in a Tenma costume. The encounter happened right here, where the hallways meet. As for Mr. LaBelle, if he had fled here, feigning escape from the yokai imposter, why yes, the two would have crossed paths. Obviously. Right. Except Miss Tenma told us that there was no one else in the hall. In short, Miss Tenma did not see you in the hall because you were never really there. Ah! My eyes! My beautiful eyes! How's that feel to get sprayed by your own damn stuff that you keep spraying everybody else with? Ha, not such a fabulous scent now, is it? But, Mr. Justice, the witness also stated that he heard the mayor confess. He was lying about hearing the confession from the hall. And where was he when he heard it? Inside the Fox Chamber. Where else? But isn't that within the very crime scene? It is, Your Honor. And that means he's not really a witness. Rather, he's the third party I've been alleging this whole time. What? You think I'm the killer? How dare you?
Silence.
Foolish fop. A true man knows when he is beaten. A shield of lies comes to naught before a foe with the sword of truth bared.
Prosecutor Blackwell, what are you? I thought we were on the same side.
You are mistaken. There are no sides here, save for my cold, steely edge of judgment. You are alone upon this battlefield, with naught but your lies and sickly sweet perfume.
He's sweating, and even his hair is dripping a little. Whoa! What just happened? Blackwell's really tearing into him.
You heard the mayor's confession from the inside, did you not, you deviant dandy? For the sole location from which you could have seen and heard the mayor and the tanuki, without either of them noticing you, was right there in the Fox Chamber.
Oh my. So that's how it's going to be. Fine, I'll come clean then. Seriously? You admit to being there in the Fox Chamber? I do. I did enter the room after the murder. But I was afraid of being falsely accused, so I lied about it. I feel terrible about lying like that, but it's a verbal cologne I used to protect myself. You'd better explain yourself, Mr. LaBelle. Yes, of course. I was just about to get to that. The witness is skating on thin ice. I'll remind you that perjury is a very serious crime. Now, let's hear your testimony again, this time without your perfume of lies. Alright, let's try it again. Take 2. In the Fox Chamber. I did enter the Fox Chamber after the murder. But I didn't enter until after Jinxie had heard the confession and left. I heard the mayor groan and hid behind the folding screen there. What I saw there up close, it was absolutely horrifying. So you see, I was there, but merely watching from behind the screen. From behind the screen? Why, yes, I believe you wouldn't be spotted if you were there. Just so. You could see everything without being spotted by the victim or that Tanuki Filch. Suffice to say, he was a mere witness to the events rather than an actual third party. This guy's as slippery as an eel. Paolo, you think he's telling the truth? No. Well, he was in the Fox Chamber, so at least that much must be true. The defense may cross-examine our slightly voyeuristic witness. Alright, he says he entered after the murder. Why in the world would you enter that grisly crime scene? Why? Because I was worried sick. Mayor Tenma's suit, it what? Do tell. It was designed personally by me. I was worried my work of art might get blood on it. This man clearly has his priorities in order. Okay, let's get this over with, shall we? Now, where was I? Oh yes, so I entered the Fox Chamber almost without thinking. After the confession, he says. Why didn't you enter right away? And ruin my designer shoes? Your shoes? Even now, just thinking about getting blood on my fabulous footwear, it sends chills down my spine. That's why I hesitated.
Objection!
That's terrible! A man was dying and injured, and you were worried about your shoes?
Silence.
Need I remind you, this is a court of law. We are not teaching morality here. We are schools of etiquette and such for such trivial pursuits. Now, you listen to me, you deceptive dandy. Get to the point and be quick about it. Yes, well, I was there in the Fox Chamber, but... I heard the mayor groan and hid behind the folding screen. Wait a second. Why did you hide yourself? Oh my, so you do understand. What? I do? What? By hiding, I was concealing my fabulous beauty, which, for the sake of the universe, is something I should never ever do. That's what you were thinking, right? I'm sensing a black hole of egocentricity forming around the witness stand. We can deliberate his mental process another time. Get on with the testimony, now! Well, regarding the murder scene... he said it was horrifying! Horrifying, he says! Could you describe the crime scene in a bit more detail? And what exactly would you like details about? Ooh, here's where we get him. Well, what I'd like to ask you about is the feathers and tracks, forbidden chamber, the murder weapon. I'll take it from the top, one at a time. Let's talk about the feathers and tracks. What do you remember about the yokai feathers and tracks? They resulted when Tenmataro exited the forbidden chamber. He came out in quite a rush, scattering feathers this way and that. Did you immediately know it was Mr. Filch? I did, and that's why I suggested we cook up our alibis together. And how did those practice sessions go? They were nearly the death of me. Filch is to be the worst student ever. He really doesn't think he's done anything wrong, does he? Well, Mr. Justice, do you consider a statement to be of any importance? Is it important? I don't think so, because it was after Tenmataro exited, so alright, not important. It's probably not particularly important. No, Your Honor. The witness may proceed. We'll check out the other two, and then we'll kind of decide which one's important. Alright then, I would just like to add that it was a terribly grisly scene, as I have described. We'll do this one, and then we'll go back and do more on 4. Because they're watching, but from behind the screen. The mayor had been knocked out by a blow to the head. Could he really have opened the forbidden chamber in that state? Well, it did seem difficult. He was all woozy and stumbling around as he opened it. It was such a heroic effort that I nearly started to cheer him on, despite myself. I think the mayor needed medical attention more than a cheerleader. You think he's telling the truth about being there in that room? Well, I believe he was there. The question is, when did he enter? You mean, did he enter after Jinxie fled? Or was he there before the murder? If it's the latter, that would change everything. Right. If he was there before the murder, that would make him a suspect. How do we go about proving that? Well, I guess we ask him about what happened there. Anyway, let's press him and see what kind of info we can extract from him. Let's cross our fingers that he says or reveals something incriminating. That's exactly what the plan is. Alright, number 4. Alright, let's check our other options here. Tell me more. Tell me about the Forbidden Chamber. Could you please describe the Forbidden Chamber at the time? It was shut tight until the mayor opened it. He's really trying to stress that it was the mayor who opened the Forbidden Chamber.
That big liar! He opened it himself!
Whoa, if looks could kill, a bell would be toast. Well, Mr. Justice, do you consider his statement to be of any importance? Is it important? All he said was that the mayor opened it. That doesn't really tell me much. Let's try the last one, and then we'll have to think. The murder weapon. Tell me more about that. Could you describe the state of the weapons that had been used at the scene? The spear had been thrust all the way through Alderman Cuby. Then there was that statue the Alderman used to bludgeon Mayor Tenma. That incredibly inspiring symbol had fallen to the floor. No one's supposed to know what that looks like except for the Alderman and Jinxie, because they worked on it together. Oh, right, the statue, but why would he find it inspiring? Why exactly did you find the statue inspiring? Well, when I saw that statue, I felt as if the murder had been realized. It was like a celebration of union between town and village, an inspiring symbol of goodwill. A broken statue next to a bloody corpse. Real inspiring. You only could have seen that before the murder, buddy. Well, Mr. Justice, do you consider this statement to be of any importance? Oh, hell yes. Very important. Very, very important. I believe that to be extremely important. I request that it be added to the testimony. A statue had fallen to the floor. It was a token of goodwill celebrating the municipal merger. Really? Oh, really now? You really think so? Objection! Your lies have finally betrayed you, Mr. LaBelle. What possibly could you mean? You said this statue was like a celebration of union between town and village. Isn't that correct? It is indeed, but what of it? The two yokai are joining hands in goodwill, as if they were celebrating the municipal merger. Something the matter? So, how did you really know that the statue was meant to be a symbol of goodwill again? What? Justice Dono, explain yourself and make it quick. The statue was meant to symbolize goodwill in its original form, but that was a secret! Secret? Whatever do you mean? What I mean is that it broke when someone used it to strike Mayor Tenma on the head. What's left clearly makes it look like the two yokai are battling it out. Eep. The statue's secret and its true form were lost inside that locked room. For Miss Tenma is the only living soul who should know what it once looked like. So, Mr. LaBelle, where could you have possibly seen the statue in its original form? What do you mean, where? The only possible answer is this. You saw the statue in its original form. Right there in the room where the alderman was murdered before it was broken. How dare you! Mr. Justice, are you accusing the witness of some sort of crime? No shit. Yes? Yes, I am? Florent LaBelle, I accuse you of the murder of Alderman Rex Cuby. Ah! Ha ha ha, get sprayed. Order! Order! Mr. LaBelle, you've been accused of murder. Do you have anything to say in your defense? How could you possibly accuse me, the embodiment of beauty? Way to go, Apollo! This is the conclusive evidence we needed. Magnifico! Got you now. We know you killed the alderman. Now admit it.
Silence.
Damn it, I knew he was gonna speak up and say something. He got his back turned to me again. Enough of your silly games, Justice Dono. This prancing peacock could not possibly be the killer.
Objection!
What are you talking about? His alibi has already crumbled to dust. And I just proved that he was in the Fox chamber while it was still locked tight.
Silence.
Why could he have not seen the statue in its true form before the murder? After all, he was close friends with the alderman. Ergo. Yes, that's right. I clearly remember now. Alderman Cuby told me about it. About what the statue actually looked like. Little weasel. Statue had traces of blood from the defendant Damien Tim on it. It was apparently wrapped in a large cloth on which the defendant's blood was also found. No fingerprints could be lifted. Jinxie is supposed to be the only one who knows what it looks like. I mean, he was a good friend of mine.
Objection! Yeah, right! He wouldn't show you a secret gift just like that.
Silence.
Moreover, it has already been proven that he was not present at the scene of the crime. It has? Yeah, tell me more about that. How? Forgotten, have we? Recall the little scamp's statement, if you will. When Jinxie Tenma unlocked the Fox Chamber, she saw the alderman and the mayor collapse therein, and no one else. Yeah, Oh, dang it. The fact is, it was you two who made that apparent in yesterday's court session. Thus, Florent the Bell could not possibly have been in that locked room. Okay, but what if they were inside the Forbidden Chamber?
No! Ah! Shit.
I just don't get it. How could Jinxie not have seen the bell? The proof is incontrovertible. No room for debate exists. Am I not right, your baldness? It does seem awfully conclusive. The facts point to the defendant and victim being the only people in the locked room. Moreover, the defendant has already confessed.
Objection.
Stop bringing that up. You cannot defend the indefensible. Your role in the charade is over, Justice Dono. But... Your baldness. This trial would last an eternity if we were to keep crossing blades with these simpletons. It is high time you brought down the hammer of justice. Point well made. I believe it's time to declare a verdict.
Shit, no! Stop!
This court finds the defendant, Damien Tenma. Somebody do something.
Hold it!
There we go. Thank you. Oh, god damn it. Okay, hold on. Let me prep the thing. We're doing the demon. Let me make sure it's on the right one. Okay.
Caw, caw, caw! It would seem that my time is at hand.
But Mayor Tenma?
Counselor, there is a matter to which I must testify. I recall it now, only for your good graces.
Counselor? Oh, right. He must mean me. Has he finally remembered what happened before that blow to his head? Bailiff, don't just stand there. Seize him. It's no good. I can't restrain him.
Caw, 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 caw! Kneel me in despair! For I am Tenma Taro, Demon Lord of the Yokai.
It's working in our favor right now, so let's just roll with it for a little bit. Mr. Justice, do something! Since when am I responsible for court security?
Paulo, this is our chance. Might get some new information out of him.
Your Honor, seeing as our client has something new to say, I believe due process demands that we hear about, even if he's a yokai. When you put it that way... Still, I believe testimony by a yokai is unprecedented in the legal world. Unprecedented in absurdity is more like. All right then, Mr. Damien Tenma, or should I say Mr. Tenma Taro, your testimony, please.
I shall now speak of recollections most real, courtesy of my host, Damien Tenma. Heed these words, mortals, for hear them but once you shall. Caw, 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 caw!
It's fucking weird. Alright, buddy. The ruler of demonkind. Oh, gosh. How are we doing this?
Barely conscious was Damien there amid the darkness. Suddenly, two yokai did appear. On one side, I, Tenmataro, ruler of demonkind. And on the other, my mortal enemy, the nine-tailed fox.
What? This guy, yeah. So is the defendant asserting that the room he was in was very dark at the time?
Strange as it may be, yes, indeed, all was in darkness.
And the part about Tenmataro and the nine-tailed fox being there?
Yes, that too. Tenmataro towered overhead, and the nine-tailed fox glittered gold.
Ah! I call animal abuse, Your Honor! It would seem the defendant's recollections are not to be trusted.
Yes, well, truth be told, my host's recollections are still a bit fuzzy. As if half-dreamt, that happening lingers in his mind.
Apollo, maybe I can help here. Yeah, let's psychology this dude. Really? Oh, you mean... Yeah, I could hear it. The discord in his heart. I sense an unusual emotion in the mayor's memory of the event. Okay, I just hope our findings don't come back to haunt us. Again.
Yay, widget.
Barely conscious in the dark. There amid the darkness. Suddenly two yokai appeared. Yep, sadness and shock. One side was Tenmataro. Why would you be happy to see the nine-tailed fox? When the nine-tailed fox appeared, you not only experienced shock and sadness, but also something like joy as well.
Joy? Perhaps it was joy at the light coming to my eyes at long last. A long and terrible creaking did pierce the silence. And then there was light.
Did he get dumped in the Forbidden Chamber? Was he the one inside the Forbidden Chamber?
On reflection, it was a door that did produce that infernal racket.
A creaking door? Oh, he must be talking about the Forbidden Chamber door. It does make a lot of noise. So, this means the Forbidden Chamber really was opened. What about the sudden light he described? I think I know. He mentioned darkness and Tenmataro towering overhead. Maybe the mayor wasn't really in the Fox Chamber at the time of the crime. I'm putting two and two together. The confession Jinxie heard was from the bell posing as the mayor. But how? I mean, he's got his hair color spray, so I mean, obviously he could just color his hair like that. And he said he did make the mayor's suit. So he could easily have another one. Interesting. Anyway. Mr. Mayor, did the darkness that you were in happen to be here? In the Forbidden Chamber?
Forbidden Chamber? Was it not the Fox Chamber where the murder did occur?
Yes, but it all makes sense if you were in the Forbidden Chamber. That terrible creaking sound was probably the Forbidden Chamber's doors opening. And the towering Tenma you saw? Most likely the Forbidden Chamber statue.
Why, yes, that would explain it. The darkness and the staff in the demon's grasp.
Theo Maxwell, welcome back to the stream. Thanks so much for the 10-month resub. Hope you're doing well and having a good weekend. But even if that's true, then what about the nine-tailed fox? Maybe he was seeing things just like Jinxie and her imaginary yokai? No, I mean, there's folding screen and then fox statues. I mean, there's a couple different things it could have been. You're playing a sad game? What game are you playing? There's a lot of games on Steam, and the Steam Summer Sale is going on. There's a lot of stuff I want to buy. But money. Fantastical, Apollo! It's entirely possible. In a groggy, dreamlike state, people can misremember things and events. Replaying Devotion? Oh, I don't think I played that.
Misremember, you say? Let me think. Ah! I do believe. I remember now. That was not the nine-tailed fox. It was... the amazing Ninetails!
Say what? What? The amazing Ninetails?
At first, this is but a dream, I thought. Now, however, most clearly do I recall it.
Wait, hold on. Hold up. Is he saying this as Tenma Taro or Mayor Tenma? Got questions. Oh, okay, yeah. Tenma Taro.
'Twas the amazing Ninetails who did open the Forbidden Chamber's door.
Okay, there's still some noise though, so we got a little more to keep going. I'm sorry I asked. Oh, I get it. Okay. So. No. Maybe I don't get it. I don't know. I'm still thinking. Sorry I asked. The amazing Ninetails? But that was the victim, Alderman QB, right? Yeah, why would he open the Forbidden Chamber? Wasn't he trying to keep it sealed? Definitely, Psychopath LaBelle in the Ninetails costume, because you could just put a mask on. Apollo's shocked expression? Yeah. Never mind that. This is completely new information. Let me enter it and run an update. Barely conscious. Damien Tenma was in the Forbidden Chamber. Amid the darkness, a mighty statue of Tenma Taro loomed overhead. Door opened and a shaft of light did pierce the gloom. Amazing Ninetails had come to the rescue. Why would you be sad about this? Why would he be sad? When the amazing Ninetails opened the chamber, banishing the darkness within, you felt joy, but didn't you also feel shock and sadness? I mean, the shock I get, but the sadness is a little weird.
Yes, in the hazy depths of my mind, I do recollect something of that nature. I believe it was the Fiend's Cape of Red. When I did behold it, a great wave of sadness did inexplicably wash over me.
Cape of Red. Blood? A Cape of Red? Apollo? We've reduced the noise level. Oh, but there's still a little left. Mayor Tenma, why were you sad when you saw the Cape of Red?
Why, indeed.
What could this mean? I guess his memory's still a little spotty. I know because his latest recollection contradicts the evidence. Yeah, it's one of those contradictions that slaps you right across the face. Something this obvious could arise when someone is trying to force a fuzzy memory into a definitive shape. Apollo, I know what you have to do. You need to present evidence that contradicts the image you see. Oh, so it's basically the same as usual cross-examination process. Okay, time to review the evidence. We're gonna use the Amazing Ninetales poster to prove he has no cape of red. It was probably blood. Look out, contradiction, here comes justice. Barely conscious. This mighty statue of Tenma Taro. He doesn't have a cape of red. The cape must have been covered in blood.
Objection!
Objection! I wasn't sure which thing he was going to go with for that. You said the Amazing Ninetales cape was red. Are you sure about that?
Yes, well, I do believe it was a red cape I saw, but...
Mayor Tenma. Does this cape look red to you?
Oh, that certainly does not look red. Not even scarlet or crimson either. Nevertheless, upon my liberation, something red did fill my as yet hazy field of view. And thought to myself, Amazing Ninetales is arrayed in a cape of red.
Blood. So you mistook that red something for his cape, huh?
Apparently so, and remembering it now brings a great sadness upon me.
So the red something probably wasn't a cape after all. Maybe that great sadness you mentioned is what's interfering with his memory. Well, he would have seen the fox chamber behind the Amazing Ninetales. What red object could he have seen there that would have been that shocking? I know. Could it have been... Mr. Mayor, was the red thing you saw this? Something red that could produce a deep sadness. Could it be, Mr. Tenma, that what you saw was the alderman's blood?
Blood? Why, yes, it was blood. Ah! Ah! Ooh! Ah! It's all coming back to me now. It wasn't a red cape that I saw.
I'm trying to decide if this is still demon voice or not, because this looks like regular Tenma, you know? It was lying behind the Amazing Ninetales, the alderman's bloody body. Yeek! Wait, huh? Oh, right, because this is probably shady person, LaBelle, in the Ninetales costume. Hold on, I need to widget that.
Bye-bye.
Sorry, that's the sound it makes if I push the button to turn it on when I'm still on the voice changer. Okay. His noise level is down to 0. I think he's remembered everything now. Does this mean the Amazing Ninetales killed Alderman Cubey? But the Alderman was the Amazing Ninetales, so how exactly would that work? Hey, I asked you first! Well, Mr. Justice, you sure know how to make a complicated matter even more complicated. True, but at the time of our crime, our client was in the Forbidden Chamber. Moreover...
Silence.
Hoy, don't you think this is strange?
The little scamp has already confirmed her father to be in the fox chamber. But she said naught about seeing the amazing Ninetales there.
You just had to bring that up, didn't you? Jinxie didn't see LaBelle there either. It's so weird. Who really was in that room then?
Would the defense care to share any theories with the court? Can you explain the inconsistency between the defendant's testimony and his daughter's?
I mean, I have a theory. I don't know if I can prove it and back it up yet, though, is the thing. My theory is that LaBelle, the psychopath, was posing as the dad to give the confession. I forgot we should save often, so let's do that. Alright, bluff it. Bluff it, Justice. Yes, of course, I can explain it, because if I don't, we're in serious trouble. Not with more of your bluffs and fairy tales, I trust. About that, buddy. Fair warning, Justice Dono. I shall have your head if you fail to explain this shit. Yep. What about a good old-fashioned penalty?
Well, Mr. Justice, let's see if you have a head worth keeping on your shoulders.
First of all, Mr. LaBelle was definitely in the Fox Chamber when it was locked. We also know that Mayor Tenma was in the Forbidden Chamber based on his testimony. These two facts are crucial to my explanation. So, let us consider the following question. If the facts point to Florent LaBelle and the victim being there at the scene... Do I have the DLC case? I don't know. I didn't check it. I don't think I do. I probably have to download it. If the facts point to Florent LaBelle and the victim being there at the scene, why did Jinxie Tenma see the victim and her father, Mayor Tenma?
A very good question indeed. And I suppose you have an answer for us?
Sadly, you would be supposing wrong. You think she could have mistaken LaBelle for the mayor? Well, if she did, then the question is, why did she do that?
Well, how about that explanation, Mr. Justice? I believe the time for questions is over. The defense asserts that Florent LaBelle was at the scene of the crime. However, Jinxie Tenma has testified that she saw her father collapse there. If she has, in fact, misremembered the event, what could have made her do so? We don't want to say she was confused. We don't want to say she got the rooms mixed up, so LaBelle was disguised as Tenma. How? I don't know yet. The figure Miss Tenma saw was not her father. It was Florent LaBelle disguised as Damien Tenma.
Silence.
That is a complete impossibility. Their faces are utterly unalike. How could you explain that away with a mere disguise? Yes, they both do have incredibly distinctive faces, but this dude uses a shit ton of makeup, so who's to even say what he really looks like underneath all that? Makeup is magical. If I plan on playing it, I recommend playing it after this case. There aren't any spoilers, and it makes the timeline slightly less skewed. We'll see. I said this at the beginning of the stream. After this case, we're actually going to do a 2-week break because I'm not going to be here. Next week is GDQ, and it's an event, online event, speedrunning, for charity that I really enjoy watching, so going to be a little preoccupied with that. And then also the weekend after that, I will be gone. So in order to avoid having, like, too much of a break in the middle of a case, we will take a break after this one. So I can use that 2 weeks in between to maybe look into getting the DLC. But if not, we'll just pick it up with case 3. Or, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, but let's get through this first. That's the plan, right? That's the plan. Okay. Anyway, this dude could totally just make up it, you know? I believe in the power of makeup. But maybe the disguise completely hid his face? I think Jinxie would have mentioned if she could see her father's face.
Or couldn't see. And if it was that sort of disguise, wouldn't she have removed it? Oh, right. Your sword is as dull as your mind, Justice Dono. Shall I show you what a truly sharp blade is capable of?
I think I'll pass. Ah! Ah!
Are you okay, Apollo? No. I'm not fine. Am I? Apollo's not fine. The world is ending, guys. Apollo's not fine. Well, now that we have that little fairy tale out of the way. Your baldness, your verdict, if you will. Shit. Mr. Justice, I believe it's time for a verdict if you have no further arguments. Ah, crap.
What's even left for me to do?
Hello, remember what Mr. Wright always says? When you're stuck in a tight spot, turn the case upside down. Turn the case upside down? He does say that, doesn't he? But I don't quite see how it applies here. Still, never hurts to give it a try, I guess. Let's see. Rather than Jinxie didn't remove the disguise, maybe she couldn't remove it. And rather than she didn't tell anyone about the disguise, maybe it was she couldn't talk about it. He had the Tenma Turtle head on! Oh, no, it wasn't the Tenma Turtle head, it was the Nine-Tailed Fox head. The Amazing Nine-Tails. So she thinks her father was hiding the fact that he was... It was a wrestling mask on. Okay.
A wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. He'd never unmask himself in front of others. But there are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer.
We never told her that the Alderman is actually the Amazing Nine-Tails, so...
That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself.
And what about the fact that it was the Amazing Nine-Tails who opened up the door? A mask that can't be removed in front of others? Can these facts turn things around? Ah! We got it all backwards. Apollo? I think we might have made a huge mistake. Your baldness. I see no need to further indulge them in their silly little farce. The defense has no proof. They never did and they never will. Then it seems I must announce my verdict.
Objection!
You get him, Apollo. I do have proof. Do you now? Did his eye just twitch, or was that just me? Alright, but this better be good, Mr. Justice. We can solve the remaining riddles by turning all of our assumptions upside down. Why Jinxie Tenma mistook Mr. LaBelle for her father? Why she couldn't remove the costume or tell anyone about it in the first place? These riddles are inextricably linked to Mayor Tenma's secret identity. A shocking secret identity that will turn the entire premise of this case upside down. Wait, are we saying that Mayor Tenma really... The Nine-Tails Fox was Tenma all along? I don't know. I don't know about this. Okay, well, let's run with it and see where it goes. This piece of evidence clearly reveals Mayor Tenma's secret identity. It might have been at the crime scene. There's white hair inside. I don't know about this, but we're gonna run with it. Alright, let's see what happens. Gah! What absolute claptrap! Poppycock. Balderdash. We thought the alderman was the Amazing Ninetales, and the mayor was Tenma. That's why we believe the mayor killed the alderman in his Lesser Ninetales veil. And it was the basis for the prosecution's entire case against our client. However, we got the whole thing backwards. Oh shit, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Mayor Tenma wasn't Tenma at all. He was the Amazing Ninetales. I'm shocked too, I don't know. Ooh, what's this? This game be crazy, guys. You'd best explain yourself, Justice Donald. And from where you derived such a far-fetched conclusion. Jinxie no doubt knew the true identity of the Amazing Ninetales. But she couldn't tell anyone no matter what. That's why she didn't say it was the Amazing Ninetales she saw passed out. Even though, unbeknownst to her, it was really Florent LaBelle in disguise.
Silence.
The accused and the deceitful dandy are utterly dissimilar in physical build and voice. The little scamp would have seen the difference.
Objection.
Remember, Mr. LaBelle has his very own brand of cosmetics. Why couldn't he fake a little build, too? And anyone speaking through a mask would naturally sound different.
Silence.
Why did she not simply pull the mask off?
Oh, you can't do that. That's not allowed. A masked wrestler's disguise is more precious than life itself. As a huge fan of the Amazing Ninetales, she would never dare unmask him.
God. Ah!
This is getting good. Even I'm like, this is a ride. I was not expecting. The case of mistaken identity also explains the riddle of the locked room.
Then, by all means, Mr. Justice, answer it for us already.
First, Mr. LaBelle entered the room where the mayor and alderman were talking. I suspect he brought with him coffee laced with some sort of sedative. Once the alderman was out cold, that's when Mr. LaBelle killed him. Next, he took the mayor, who he had also drugged, into the Forbidden Chamber. Then he returned to the Fox Chamber, slipped into some of the mayor's spare clothes, and completed the disguise by donning the Amazing Ninetales mask. With his entire charade in place, Mr. LaBelle then let out a scream. The scream that led Jinxie Tenma to the scene. So then... the person who said I killed Alderman Cubey was... Florent LaBelle. Yep, that was Florent LaBelle in disguise. The mayor never actually confessed.
Silence.
This is no more than guesswork and speculation. Now stop your jabbering and...
Objection.
No, you twisted samurai. And this time, you stop your jabbering and let me finish making my case.
Ah,
Once Miss Tenma left the scene, Mr. LaBelle, still wearing the mayor's clothes and mask, opened the Forbidden Chamber. So he could drag the mayor back out into the Fox Chamber. Oh, so the Amazing Ninetales the mayor saw was... Right, it was LaBelle opening the Forbidden Chamber. The second time Mr. LaBelle opened the door to the Forbidden Chamber, he happened to catch the thieving Mr. Filch by surprise. Startled, Mr. Filch in his Tenma disguise ran as fast as he could away from the room. as he did, he left behind him a trail of feathers and tracks, and gave Miss Tenma the scare of her life in the hallway. With no one left to witness the events that had occurred, Mr. LaBelle then proceeded to drag the sleeping mayor back into the fox chamber. I see. Well, that all certainly does make sense. And then, after dragging the mayor back into the fox chamber, Mr. LaBelle threw the mask out the window and fled the room.
Silence.
For this absurd theory to work, it requires the defendant to be the amazing Ninetails. However, he was the one pushing for the municipal merger. That such an individual could possibly be the amazing Ninetails is preposterous.
Objection.
The mayor was blackmailed into pursuing the merger. Miss Tenma's life would have been in danger if he had openly voiced his opposition. And that's why he created a secret identity as the amazing Ninetails. Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Gah! This is madness. No one could possibly hatch such an insane plot.
No one except a killer as insane as his plot, and I'd say Florent LaBelle more than qualifies. Oh, hold on. Am I on the right one? Let me see. Demon? Demon. Okay.
Foolish mortal, it is at your own peril that you forget who I am.
Mayor Tenma? It's okay now. Oh shit, hold on. My camera crashed. What? Let's fix this. Refresh. Okay, there we go. All good. Mayor Tenma, it's okay now. Jinxie will be safe just as soon as Mr. LaBelle is arrested. You are the amazing Ninetails, aren't you? Who's holding it now? He changed his hair. He's blonde now. You have quite the active imagination. Mayor Tenma is not the amazing Ninetails.
Objection.
Where's your proof? What do you mean?
Well, has the mayor admitted to it yet?
But that's just...
And even if he did admit to such nonsense, I would reveal the truth behind Tenma Totto right here and now.
What? Fuck.
Why, you would dare reveal the secret? My good friend, the alderman, told me all about it. But it wouldn't be good to expose the truth. What with the superstitions, now would it?
The truth behind Tenma Totto? What's he talking about? Tenma Totto is the big gold nugget that they were trying to protect, but... Well, I mean, it was stolen already, so it doesn't freaking matter. So there you go. That's my theory.
So, go ahead. Say it. Say, I am the amazing Ninetails. I dare you.
Objection.
Wait! Will somebody please explain what's going on here?
Mayor Tenma will do anything to keep the truth behind Tenma Totto a secret. A dark, terrible truth that has been kept secret by the village superstitions.
And if the mayor admits to being the amazing Ninetails, you'll expose the truth? Isn't that, like, obvious blackmail happening right here in court? Like, why are we letting this happen?
Right, I won't have him walking free because of some nonsense he made up.
Are we not doing anything about this? guys suck.
So, what now, Justice Dono? Without the mayor's admission, your theory is as useless as you are in battle.
And I'll show you who's useless. Paulo, don't you dare give up now. I know. Your Honor, I believe Mr. LaBelle's statements warrant a thorough cross-examination. After all, the true identity of the Amazing Ninetales is the cornerstone of this case.
You do have a point there.
Please answer this court, Mr. LaBelle. Is the defendant the Amazing Ninetales or not? Alright, third testimony from LaBelle. The Amazing Ninetales' true identity. The Amazing Ninetales' true identity is not Mayor Tenma. The mayor would never admit to such utter nonsense. But if he did admit to such nonsense, I will expose the truth behind Tenma right here and now. And that would bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale, just as the superstitions say. This guy's a jerk. Talk about out of the pot and into the fire. At this rate, the mayor will be found guilty for sure. Final cross-examination? Nice. Honestly speaking, if Mayor Damien Tenma is not the Amazing Ninetales, I'm afraid I don't see how the defense has much of a case here. Shit. And let's just leave it at that, shall we? We all know that Alderman Cubey was the Amazing Ninetales anyway. I mean, that's how Ninetales Vale made a comeback. The Alderman was so popular. There's gotta be a hole in that testimony somewhere. But I don't even know where to start. Since we don't have any proof that the mayor is the Amazing Ninetales, then we'll just have to get him to admit it himself. But if he admits it, LaBelle's going to expose the secret behind Tenma. We're so close, I know it. We gotta expose the secret ourselves and, like, kind of invalidate it somehow. That's probably where we need to go with this. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Yeah. Alright, you little eel, let's get him. Saying it's not Tenma, so he says. Nobody believes him. This whole case only makes sense if the mayor's the Amazing Ninetales. I know you use this mask to create this illusion of a locked room murder.
Silence.
Nothing more than idle speculation. You've no evidence now, have you?
Objection.
Mr. LaBelle knows what the statue originally looked like. That means he had to be in the Fox Chamber while it was still locked tight. Sorry, but I heard about the statue from Alderman Cubey. If you don't believe me, just ask him. Oh, but what's that? The Alderman's dead? Looks like the joke's on you, my sweaty little friend.
Paulo, you mind if I wring his neck?
No, go right ahead, it's fine. I'm good with that. Wait in line, because I'm gonna first. Temper. Anyway. He'd never admit it. The only nonsense here in this court is you and your assertions. Such anger is terrible on the skin, you know. Beauty is like a flower that blooms forth from a serene heart. Excuse me. I wouldn't expect a wilted peasant like you to understand. Perhaps this fragrance will help the blossom within you bloom. Don't spray me, you jerk! You liked that, didn't you? Nope. Nobody likes that. That's rude. Enough jabbering about blossoms and whatnot. Get on with your testimony before I slice you into a bouquet of cut flowers. Oh dear, please excuse me. As I was saying, the assertion of our wilted attorney here is utter nonsense. he did admit, if he does, you'd be arrested, wouldn't you? You can't threaten people like that. Yes, it's true. I would be sacrificed upon the altar of justice, despite my innocence. But what a terrible loss that would be for the future of humankind's cosmetic needs. It's a tragedy that must be averted. Defend me if you understand this.
Silence.
The only terrible loss is the time wasted by your ceaseless yammering. If you would avert the tragedy awaiting you, and the vexing visage of yours, then... Yes, I know. Get on with my testimony. Anyhow, suffice to say, should the mayor admit to the defense's nonsense, I will make good on my threat and... Openly threatening people in court should not be allowed. I'm just saying. I'll expose the truth. Tell me more. And just how did you learn about this so-called truth behind Tenmatato? Alderman Cuby told me all about it. The secret of the Forbidden Chamber and the truth behind Tenmatato. Why would he share secrets like that with you, Mr. LaBelle? Because of the Alderman's wife. I was looking after her while she was hospitalized. He appreciated it so much he shared the secrets with me. Wait, did he threaten the Alderman in addition to the mayor? Probably. Don't tell me that's how he learned about the Forbidden Chamber. Needless to say, I'm not above revealing the truth behind Tenmatato. Bring ruin upon Ninetail's Vale. How? Do not gaze upon Tenmatato. Do not tell others if you see him. Isn't that what the village superstitions say? Exactly. Telling others what Tenmatato looks like would reveal the truth. That's why the superstitions were written down in the first place. And ruin coming to the village if you free him? Is that a warning not to expose the truth? Bingo! And the truth is, Tenmatato's a great, greed-inspiring fortune. That's what the whole battle of a Ninetail's Vale is all about. Tenmatato is a great fortune. Kind of think of it. Only that it's the greatest get-rich-quick chance in the universe. Grandpappy told me all about it, said there's an amazing treasure in there. Could Tenmatato actually be... Mayor Tenmatato? No, Forbidden Chamber treasure. Telling the villagers that Tenmatato's a terrifying yokai is what has scared them away from the Forbidden Chamber and the treasure within. That's how the treasure's been kept secret all this time. Well. It seems our ace attorney here has uncovered the truth that must not be revealed. Oh, we're gonna reveal it, though. Mayor Tenma looks like he wants to keep the truth hidden as much as I do. Tragedy is doomed to repeat itself as long as Tenmatato exists. Yeah, they said thing! They said ace attorney! Name drops are cool. That's why the secret must be protected. As long as Tenmatato exists, huh? Yeah, but he got stolen, so, not a problem. Mr. LaBelle, please add that statement to your testimony. Tragedy is doomed to repeat as long as it exists. So, in other words, tragedy wouldn't occur at all if there were no Tenmatato? Yes, I suppose so, but that's wishful... This is the bell? Yes, You don't say. As long as Tenmatato exists, huh? How's the mayor supposed to admit to his secret identity now? Don't worry, I got this. Well, we have to find a way to make him say it, or our entire case unravels. There must be a hole in the bell's testimony somewhere. We got it, we got this. As long as Tenmatato exists... We know he doesn't. Threatened thief left at the scene. Ready? Objection! Mr. LaBelle, what if Tenma no longer existed? Revealing the truth would no longer be an issue, would it? If Tenma no longer existed? What on earth are you talking about? Oh, apparently you haven't heard! Tenma no longer exists! But I guess you didn't get to do a thorough search after the key was taken from you. Because when we searched the Forbidden Chamber, there wasn't any treasure in there. Really? Well, maybe you weren't looking in the right place. Sorry, but I approve that Tenma no longer exists. Take a look at this figure. What do we have here? Looks like some sort of creature. We found this in the Forbidden Chamber. It is an Azuki Kozo figure. The great thief Azuki Kozo used to leave them at the scene of his crimes. Are you suggesting that Tenma has been stolen? Oh, yeah. Definitely was. Yep. Phineas Filch's grandfather, a master thief, was the culprit. And by that hideous, moronic caretaker's grandfather, no less. You. No, I know! My beautiful golden Tenma was... Oh yeah, the greed inspired by Tenma can no longer bring ruin upon Ninetales Vale. Isn't that right, Mayor Tenma? The root of tragedy would indeed seem to be gone. Oh god, alright. It's on the right one? Yeah, okay.
In fact, I now recall the alderman's revealing the secret to me on the day of our meeting. He must have been speaking of Tenma. Or he said to me, the gold ingot was gone.
The gold ingot? You mean the treasure that is Tenma true form?
Recall, if you will, the skull in the Forbidden Chamber. Tenma is the yellowish object shown there. A giant gold ingot that my nomadic ancestors bestowed upon Ninetales Vale. In return for that gold, my ancestors did receive from Ninetales Vale land that would become Tenma Town. I'd drive the villagers mad with greed to that great fortune. Bitter was their greed-fueled battle. It was as if they were possessed. My ancestors' gold became as a curse upon their village, a curse of ruin. Thus, it was that the yokai Tenma came to be.
So, Tenma and the village superstitions were merely fairy tales to scare people away. Go figure. Fairy tale or not, Tenma made quite the mess of things.
Yes, indeed, for there is no greater monster than a mortal man's lust for gold.
Well, you know what they say, the love of money is the root of all evil.
My ancestors did bring a terrible thing here to Ninetales Vale. A thing so terrible that Tenma, a monster just as terrible, had to be created to keep it a secret. Yet we have naught but love for the little village to which we owe our very existence. Tenma Town would never seek to take over Ninetales Vale in a murder.
Oh my! That was quite a shocking lesson in history! Mr. Mayor, now that we know Tenma no longer exists, are you ready to admit your secret? You are the amazing Ninetales, aren't you? No! Don't do it! Please, no! Meltdown, meltdown, come on.
Be gone, you demented demon!
And there we go. Normal time back. Now, where was I? The Golden Lord of Yokai, the amazing Ninetales, is indeed me. Oh god, now he's laughing. Alright, yeah, have fun with that, buddy. And that means Jinxie.
Yes?
The man wearing the mayor's clothes who you saw collapse in the fox chamber. Was he wearing the amazing Ninetales mask?
Uh-huh. That's what made me think it was Papa. He said he was going to reveal his secret identity to Alderman QB that day. So, and what really wasn't Papa I saw there, was it?
It was Florence's idea from the start. He advised me to reveal my secret identity to the alderman. Oh, all part of the plan. Yeesh, Rube Goldberg machines have less elaborate setups than LaBelle's scheme. You may rest easy now, little Jinxie. That monster's deception is... Oh. I mean, demon voice again. Alright, hold on. You can tell from this. You may rest easy now, little Jinxie. That monster's deception is through. Caw, 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 caw! Stop it! The true facts behind this case have finally come to light. We know you're not a demon anymore. Stop it. Mayor Tenma did not kill Alderman QB. But Florent LaBelle did. How dare you, peasant! Ah! And freak out. Yep. No! Come on, meltdown.
Silence.
Damn it. Blackwell! What? What do you want? Justice, Dodo. You should at least have a real blade in your hands if you desire to cross swords with me. Or have you mistaken this battlefield for a training ground? What's this guy want now? One last thing. Evidence is like a razor blade that cuts through bone as if it were butter. But you have only blind guesses, a dull blade incapable of cutting even a cake. He has you there, Mr. Justice. After all, evidence is everything in a court of law. But... Right, let's see some evidence. Of course, a perfect being like me wouldn't leave any incriminating evidence behind. This is the final battle, just as a samurai must live and die by the sword. You will live or die by the evidence you hold. My swift blade of judgment awaits. Now, present your conclusive evidence, or don't you have any? Time for... Ah, crud. Do I have anything conclusive? Do I have anything conclusive? That's a good question there, Apollo! Okay, we solved that. We used all that. Hair color that washes out with water. It's Florent LaBelle's own brand and isn't available to the general public. We know Filch stole this. One last new mechanic? Ah, critters. I don't think I have anything that's super conclusive. If I say no, like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't think I do. Not that conclusive. Let's just see what happens when you hit no. We did save, so. I can't think of anything. But there has to be some kind of evidence I can present. Don't give up now, Apollo. Let's try reviewing the case again. I'm fine! She's right. I can't give up now. This whole trial would have been for nothing. I know there has to be some conclusive evidence somewhere. Think real good, Apollo. Let's review the facts. The most damning evidence against the mayor was the crime scene itself. The mayor and the victim were the only two people found in the room. Also, we all thought the alderman was killed because he was the Amazing Ninetales. But as we know now, of course, we were way off. The Amazing Ninetales is really Mayor Damien Tenma. That's why his daughter Jinxie saw the Amazing Ninetales collapse at the scene. She mistook him for her father. These are the facts as we have revealed. However, Mr. LaBelle asserts that he did not leave any evidence at the crime scene. At the scene of the crime. Because he didn't say anything about evidence outside the crime scene. Maybe he isn't as clever as he thinks he is. Does any of the evidence found outside the crime scene provide any clues? Is there perhaps some of the hairspray inside the Amazing Ninetales mask? It's one or both of these. The mask. A clue inside the mask? Oh, I know. The Amazing Ninetales mask. It was found washed up along the river. What sort of clue does the mask hold? What if that's not golden fur? What if that's hair? No. The golden fur was from the mask, because we checked that. It's probably the hair. Check the hair. White hair in the mask. If it wasn't... Right, because if Rex QB is not the Amazing Ninetales, then why would there be white hair in the mask? It's weird. And what about the hair left in the mask? Who does it belong to? Florent LaBelle. The white hair is LaBelle's. Oh, right, the hair is Florent LaBelle's. Yes, now that's what I call conclusive evidence. Because it can't be QB, because QB is not the Ninetales. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have any conclusive evidence to present to this court? Yep, now I do. Of course I do. Observe this mask, if you will. That mask? How is that conclusive evidence? It's not the mask itself, but the white hair inside it. We originally thought it belonged to Alderman Rex QB. Yes, but the Amazing Ninetales, as we now know, is Mayor Tenma, so... That is correct. So the question is, whose hair could this be? And the answer to that is the last person to have worn it before it was discarded. That would be you, Mr. Florent LaBelle. What at all are you talking about? I never had hideous white hair like that.
Silence.
Is your hair actually white under all that color? That would explain why the color sticks so well. It would appear your coup de grace failed to hit its mark. This freakish fop is not the white hair type. Oh, he uses color spray. Because he's been busy being one ludicrously garish color or other.
Objection.
Or another. Ah, and indeed. Oh, crap, my camera crashed. Sorry, hold up. Camera, what are you doing? Don't ruin the moment. No, Prosecutor Blackquill, it's you who has made a fatal error. What? Remember where this mask was found? It washed up by the side of the river. With that in mind, this last piece of evidence will solve all the remaining riddles. Color Me LaBelle. Hair color that washes out with water. Florent LaBelle's own brand isn't available to the general public. Take that! Yeah, that's... What is that? This is Mr. LaBelle's own private brand of hair color. It washes out with just water. The court will also recall that the Amazing Ninetales mask washed up along the side of the village river with white hair inside it. What's this? Are you saying that preening peacock's hair color is... That's exactly what I'm saying. Mr. LaBelle's hair color is a freaky work of fiction. But thanks to the river flowing through Ninetales Vale, We now have a real-life expose. Ah! The white hair in this mask is conclusive evidence proving you're the real killer. A DNA test is all we need to prove it, and we both know we'll get a match. Admit it. Florent LaBelle, you were the one who killed Alderman Rex Cuby. You peasant. How dare you! Ah! My intimidated examiner. Ah, freaking out. My makeup! You gonna sweat out all your hair color? I hope you sweat out all your hair color. He is pretty damn stark white. Here we go. How dare you! You profane my beauty like a bug on a rose! I'm going to exterminate you like I did the alderman! Oh, there's our confession. Hello, this is the bell. What? The project is off? This is the bell? The sponsors have pulled out? LaBelle speaking. I'm fired? You mean I'm no longer Mayor Tenma's aide? Who fired him? Hello, this is LaBelle. What? This is stratospheric damages claim against me? $100 million? That was a good breakdown. I liked that. I'm finished, washed up. Stick a fork on me, I'm done. Oh, crazy laughter. Here we go. We got him pretty good. That was nice. That was a good breakdown. This is preposterous. I, Simon Blackwell, defeated. He confessed. Order! Order! Order in the court! Got him. Well, this is quite the unexpected outcome. Must hand it to you, Mr. Justice. You really turned this case on its head, just like that other lawyer, Phoenix Wright. Wait. That was a compliment, right? Prosecutor Blackwell, what have you done with Florent LaBelle? The faced man has withered like a flower without water. One of the officers is currently tending to him with a sprinkler. Nice. Wouldn't that just wash even more of his makeup off? Allow me to explain the actions of the guilty party in detail. The motive, of course, was to steal the gold ingot known as Tenma Taro. However, few are allowed into the manor due to its cultural ties to Ninetails Vale. LaBelle set in motion plans to gain access to the manor and the gold within via the merger. But the efforts of the amazing Ninetails saw those plans come to a halt. And thus... You know, this dude's really strong, by the way, if he was pro wrestling becoming a champ of Ninetails Vale. Very cool. LaBelle murdered the alderman and attempted to pin the blame on Mayor Tenma. I see. What I still can't completely comprehend is why he would go after the gold in the first place. Because money. He's probably in a lot of debt from his stupid private label. So LaBelle doesn't look like someone in need of financial aid. Oh, I don't know. LaBelle hid his past well, much like he hid his beauty with makeup. He's mired in debt. That's what I thought. Debt due to pouring money into a brand only he could love. Which is why he sought the gold with such voracity. Too bad for him, someone else had gotten to it first anyway. I see. Very well then. I believe it's time I declared a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Damien Tenma, not guilty! Woo! Party time in 3D! That's super cool. Stop doing that! What are you doing? We know you're not a demon. Jesus. He's still going, call, call, call! Court is adjourned! Yay! We did it! April 19th, 1:23 p.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby. Number 3. Some seriously good luring, Apollo. Black Quill assaulted? Yeah, probably. Even I didn't see that coming. Yo, neither did I. I didn't know where we were going with any of that. Just got lucky, I guess. You banished Tenmataro from Ninetail's Vale like you were some kind of exorcist. There's still one thing I don't understand. How come Mr. LaBelle didn't kill Mayor Tenma, too? He could have set it up so the mayor murdered the alderman, then died from a counterattack. That would have removed at least one possible fly from the ointment, but he... I don't know. I was wondering about that, too. But I have a hunch LaBelle was biding his time. He was planning on exposing the Amazing Ninetail's true identity himself. Huh? But why? Because the mayor was the Amazing Ninetails. Had LaBelle succeeded in framing Mayor Tenma for the alderman's murder, the wrestler's popularity would have plummeted once his identity was revealed. Oh, I get it. The Amazing Ninetails was just killed, he'd die a hero, but if he was proved a villain, his fans would abandon him, making the murder that much easier. Ah, I see. Right. Then when the merger was complete and everything cooled down, he'd be able to search the Forbidden Chamber at his leisure. What an insanely intricate plot! Tenma, stop it.
Caw! A most excellent job clearing my name. A feat worthy of the Demon Lord's approval.
Why are you acting like Tenmataro again?
Let this be of no concern to you.
How could it not concern me?
Tenmataro, be gone!
Gah!
Jinxie, seems like ages since I've laid eyes on you.
Papa, you're finally back!
Did he do all that for her? So she could banish a demon and feel proud of herself? That's cute.
Yes, it would seem Tenmataro's no match for you.
I'm not scared of that silly yokai anymore.
Your father's a free man now, Jinxie. Isn't that great?
Thank you all for all you've done. Seeing you guys in action, it made me feel like I don't have to be afraid anymore.
Wait, is Jinxie actually smiling?
This is all thanks to you two. Too bad the Amazing Ninetails will have to retire, though.
Aw, how come?
Once everyone hears I'm the Amazing Ninetails, my fan base will nosedive. After all, I'm not the most popular people. Another reason for my secret identity. I don't see how I could possibly continue.
I think you've misjudged yourself. Take a look outside.
Say, now that you mention it, what's all that noise out there?
Big crowd gathered outside the courthouse once the news broke. Seems they want to get a glimpse of Mayor Damien Tenma, the man behind the mask. And to root for your return to the wrestling ring. Ooh, nice!
Brooding? For me? But I thought it was nothing more than a malefactor in their eyes.
The only one who really matters is Jinxie. Show her how cool you really are.
Yeah, you're the coolest when you're out there fighting in the ring, Papa.
Jinxie.
Here, I think you'll be needing this. Give him the mask. Take it.
Thank you. Now, if you would excuse me. I don't want to keep my fans waiting.
Hell yeah! He just fucking took off his... Does he just wear that underneath the whole time? Oh my god.
Ninetails fail forever!
Alright, that's pretty damn good. I like that. That's really cool.
I sure hope they can settle the problems between Tenma Town and Ninetails Vale.
Me too. I'm sure they'll be fine, after all. Blackmailer slash killer is behind bars and the murder's no longer an issue. Plus, the Amazing Ninetails is obviously still a hit, and I suspect Ninetails Vale will be too. And it's all because we believed in our client, just like you said.
Okay, people. Now that we've got that one in the bag, let's go get something to eat. I'm starving.
Sounds good. I'm so nervous I haven't eaten since yesterday.
Better keep eating, Apollo. Or you might have to start looking up at me. Huh?
I'm definitely past my growth phase, and you should be about past yours too.
Are you kidding me? I'm just getting started.
Jesus, Athena. Ready or not, it's face stuffing time. Keep eating like that, and the only direction you'll grow is sideways.
Very funny. But I've got a hollow leg. I can eat as much as I want without gaining an ounce.
What does that even mean? They're canonically the same height. That's really funny. That makes this a hell of a lot funnier.
Really?
Wow, I can't wait to see this.
Calories? Ha! Just let him try to stick on me.
Alright already, you two. Let's get going before the old man closes shop. Muldoon's Noodles isn't an all-night stand, you know. Nice. I'm with Mr. Wright. Let's go.
I've been waiting to have a bowl from there ever since Mr. Wright told me about them.
Well, what are we waiting for? Get ready for some salty noodles. The noodles are on me today, so I expect some serious eating from you two.
Yay, thanks, boss. I won't let you down.
Tina has no idea what she's getting into. Very salty noodles. Mr. Eldoon's noodles are so hot and salty. 2 bowls would kill a man. You love all the references. Eldoon's still around? I know! It's so cool. I think about him sometimes. I'm like, Eldoon's noodles. I wonder what it's like, because I think about ramen and then I think about Eldoon's noodles. Oh shit! Dark Age of the Law seems so distant. So irrelevant that to our small cozy office. I miss what you said.
But little did I know that it had been lurking all along, right there behind us. The first time it made itself known was during the murder at Themis Legal Academy. That case would mark the twilight before the dark, cold night that was to come.
Saving. Oh, it just takes us right in. We'll watch the cutscene and then save.
Themis Legal Academy, a prestigious high school with alumni in the highest echelons of the legal world.
That's not creepy at all. Rumors and money. That's an ice pick. What? Well, that's spooky. Right, so here's where we save. Well, that's something. Very creepy. Turning on some background music here. Okay, so this is where we will stop for the day. So I was talking a little bit about this at the beginning of stream, but for people who were not here for that, so we are going to be taking a break from Ace Attorney for the next 2 weeks. Like I said, Summer Game Done Quick starts tomorrow. It'll be going on for the whole week, and that's something I don't normally stream during. So, And then the week after, I would have to take a break anyway, because I will be not home. I'll be out of town. So, in order to avoid an awkward pause in the middle of the case, we will take a break for 2 weeks and then resume the following week on... Where's my calendar? On the 16th. So that'll be the next Ace Attorney stream. We will still have other streams for our weekly streams in between. So not Monday. Monday I'm gonna just chill and watch SGDQ instead of doing 14, and I'll work on some emotes during then probably. But Thursday Variety Night we will still do, because I was checking the schedule and I think I can swing that, so it should be fine. Could just play the DLC after Turnabout Academy, just don't play it last. Okay, I will keep that in mind. I will look into the DLC over the next couple weeks, so maybe we will skip to that instead of taking on Case 3. But yeah, so that'll be in 2 weeks, on the 16th. So next stream will not be on Monday, it will be Thursday for Variety Night. I believe we're gonna try to do more Chrono Trigger, so that's the plan for then. And then yeah. And then Ace Attorney will be in 2 weeks. So I highly recommend Summer Games Done Quick if y'all haven't seen that before. Speedrunning is where people make an effort to beat games real fast. Sometimes in 5 minutes, sometimes in, under an hour. Sometimes for really long RPGs, sometimes they can do it in it's a long thing, so it'll be 6 hours or less, and sometimes they'll switch off on people. But it's a really cool event. They do it for charity, so people, donate subs and money, and, when you donate, you automatically get entered into raffle for prizes. That's kind of cool. People will donate artwork, and then some companies will donate swag or game systems. Very neat little event. It's called Games Done Quick. You can look them up on either Twitch or, Google to get to their website. But very, very cool. Highly recommend checking them out. Maybe I'll see you guys in chat. So, yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. Hope you guys had fun. Hope you guys enjoyed the conclusion to Case 2, where we finally nailed the bell and, exposed him and his white hair fraudery. That case took me in places I was not expecting, but I liked it. It was a good ride. It was a lot of fun. Alright. So thanks again, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend, guys. I'm not going to see you for several days, so catch you guys on Thursday. Have a great week. Various Attorney, I will see you guys in a couple weeks. Have a wonderful next couple weeks. See you guys then. Have a good night, everybody. Bye. Thank you. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate you.